What's up guys, my name is Doug. Welcome to the channel if you are new. Welcome back if you are not new. This is my throwback series. For those of you who are unaware, I am going back and re-listening to a bunch of older albums that I've already heard, but that I haven't made videos on, so that you guys can still get a general idea of my opinions on the albums. And I also figured it would be really fun to just go back and re-listen to these projects on camera for you guys. So that's what this series is, and I've decided that in this series, whenever I choose an artist to go back and listen to their discography, I'm gonna do an artist for an entire week. So Monday through Friday, this week we're focusing on Kanye West's first 5 albums, from the College Dropout all the way to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I think it's going to be an awesome week for videos. I'm honestly really excited, and I hope you all are too. Before we get right into the College Dropout, follow me on my social media. If you'd like to submit music for putting y'all on, hit me up on my Instagram. I would really appreciate it if you guys would consider supporting the channel on Patreon. Every dollar counts. Every dollar helps me tremendously. I've got a wedding to save up for. I've got to get better equipment to make these videos for you guys. I've got to get a better fan, because this one is loud as hell. And yeah, Patreon is just definitely the main reason that I'm able to continue doing this full time for you guys. So I'd really appreciate your support there. And let's just hop right into it. We're gonna listen to the College Dropout today. The first track is Intro, as we all know. This is a classic. I'm so excited to just get into this, so let's do it.
Kanye, can I talk to you for a minute? Me and the other package,
it's gonna flow right into We Don't Care.
Kids love when they hit. Think you could probably do something for the kids for graduation to sing.
Drug dealing just to get by. Stack your money to we ain't supposed to make it past 25.
Yo, the horns, the sample, the claps, you know, the really simple drum pattern, the soul in the sample. It's immediately so youthful and happy and just so radically different from everything that was going on at that time musically, you know? It's so iconic. Kanye is probably my favorite producer of all time, so I am definitely gonna be breaking down his production on these projects as best as I can.
And it took nothing from no man. Man, I'm my own man.
Yeah.
Man, you don't know, man.
You don't care what people.
Here's little Trey scholarship. Cause ain't no tuition for you. Cause a nigga can't shine off 655.
Yeah.
And to get paid. And we don't care what people say. Dyslexic, they favorite 50 cents on 12 questions. We scream for the wheelchair. I'm trying to get the car with the chrome.
What the fuck was that? Kanye, I told you won't slide across that thing. Motherfucker can't pull you across that motherfucking thing.
Look at the production, dude. Don't tell anybody. Yo, the use of auto-tune in that, the hilarious skits, the production, the strings, the vocals in the background. It really shows like the pain, you know, the soul, and how it almost hurts him to do something that, you know, he knows his mother wouldn't approve of, dropping out of school to go and chase the success and to be better than what people are trying to limit him to, you know? The production on this is just so outstanding, dude. But God, I love that track, man. We Don't Care. It's so happy and youthful, but he just spits something so real, you know, talking about the hustle and the grind and what are you gonna do? You can't live off your 9 to 5. You can't live off of $6.55 an hour. And when you can't find work, you take work. And it's such awesome production and such a cool, fun vibe with such deep, meaningful lyrics. You know, it is something so special. And now we're going into one of my favorite tracks off this project, All Falls Down. And the guitar is so sick, dude. Yo, that muted bass is so clever. The way that he uses that, man. It sounds so cool.
Drop out of parents to look at a funny now. Tell me that her sophomore 3 years ain't picked a career. She like don't really care. She's so precious with the peer pressure.
Dude, everything, the bass line, the guitar, the actual hook, the woman singing All Falls Down while he's spitting, and the way that he's delivering these lyrics and the way that he's modifying the words to rhyme. It's such a classic track, dude. You can't not like this. Pass that Versace. It's so real, dude. Yo, it's just such real stuff, man. He's talking about his insecurities and how he's self-conscious. He talks about people who are addicted to retailers. He talks about people who are willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on clothes just to say, You ain't up on this. But in reality, why do you feel the need to do that? Why are you that insecure? There's just so many quotables from this one track, dude, and it's just presented in such an awesome way, man. I love this song. Next track is I'll Fly Away, which I personally love.
One glad morning, I'll fly away. Joy shall never end. Fly away, oh, hallelujah.
Dude, it was just, you know, Kanye was just so ridiculously soulful. You know, like the stuff that he used to do, the samples he used to do, the arrangements, it was just all so gospel and so soulful and so new and fresh, and only he could do something like that, man, you know? It's just going back and listening to it, and it still holds up, and you can still admire just the creativity and the soul in his music. It's just so, so good. And the next track is Spaceship. I mean, come on, dude.
Working is spaceship, and I ain't patient.
I swear I
Past the sky. Working is spaceship.
I love that when it goes into that buy me a spaceship and fly, the hi-hats going da-dum, 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 da-dum. It's got such a cool bounce to it, you know? And the soulful sample that he chopped up for this is so perfect along with that bass line, man. I mean, it's such an amazingly made song.
Then I'm gonna shorten the register up. Let's go back. Asking me about some khakis, but let some black people walk in. I can't help them, so I quit. I welcome. These numbers, the kid that made that deserves that made back.
They even try to work a job, represent the mob at the same time. There's no more to 12 when my
For me, ain't all than they faculties all turn they back.
Man, it's such an amazing song, dude. It's such an amazing song, from the fact that it's a rap song in 3/4, which is already something different and unique. But from the sample that he chopped up to the actual drum pattern, which is so different, to the bass line, which is one of the best bass lines in hip-hop, to the actual fact that they're talking about grinding and struggling and just waiting for their moment, for their chance to shine. It's such an inspirational track. It's such an awesome track. I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. I love this track. I love the little bells going on. I love the, you know, the actual bass line. I love the vocals going on in the background and people singing while some other people are rapping. And it's just such an awesome combination of soul in this track that only Kanye West could have achieved. So I love it. Next track is Jesus Walks. Dude, this album is such a classic, man.
You know what the Midwest is, young and restless, restless.
Somebody tell me
Who Kanye West is? I walk through the valley, yeah, and I check the method. They be asking us questions.
we ain't going nowhere but got suits and cases. Oh, dude.
And I don't think there's nothing. The only thing that I pray is that he wanna see thee more clearly. I know he here. He can rap about anything except for Jesus. That means guns. Next time I'm in the club,
Everybody's screaming out. Yeah, man, you know, it's insane, because he really made a song about Jesus and still everybody listens to it, everybody considers it a classic. It didn't take away from his spins. Everybody was blasting it in the club. A lot of people that I speak to consider this one of his best tracks ever, and honestly, when you just look at the production from the actual choir singing, to that woman's really soulful voice that she starts singing in the middle of the track, to Kanye's aggressive delivery and his actual flow and what he's saying in his verses are just insane, and the male choir with that loop that just goes on throughout the entire track, and the actual strings and the drums, and it's just all so insane, dude. It's just insane the way that he made that track. And next track is Never Let Me Down. Like, no skips on this project. No skips. It's insane.
Oh baby, oh baby.
One thing I found, one thing I found. Oh, you never win.
I've been here from the start. I seen them put it together, watch them take it apart. He holds #1 positions when you hot, I'm hot. Y'all niggas visiting.
Man, Jay goes off, dude.
I get down for my grandfather who took my mama, made her sit.
Yo, that breakdown when Kanye comes in and starts talking about his grandfather, where it just goes right into the piano. Oh my god, dude, it's goosebump inducing.
Well, white folks ain't want us to eat. At the tender age of 6, she even made me show ID to get inside a Sam's Club. I done did dirt.
That's Kanye's nastiest verse, dude.
By getting
Think I'm delirious, but I'm so damn serious. That's why I bust us free like Sin Cane. I can't stop. That's pedal rock before I met you. Pedal bikes got my nephews pedal bikes because everybody wanna be Hope and Hope's still alive.
That's one of his most outrageous songs, dude. Like, it's just outrageously good. From the hook with the soul in the sample to his legendary verse. Kanye's verse might be one of my favorites on that track. It actually might be my favorite verse on that track, honestly. Like, Jay went off, he had 2 verses, but man, Kanye's verse, every time I listen to it, I'm like just astounded, honestly. Next track is Get 'Em High.
pass the weed to your motherfucking man. Get 'em high. In the pocket like Wallace, I got the bounce like hydraulics. I can't call it, I got the swirl. I'm so shy that you thought I was bashful, but this bastard's flow don't wanna hear that weak shit no more. Lava, niggas and you's a bitch. I got one instead of.
Yeah, man, I think that what it is it might get a little repetitive. You know, that beat, there's not too much going on. It's kind of a repetitive bass line and loop, and the drum pattern. You know, it's almost like a 4-bar loop basically for the entire track almost. So that might be one of the reasons why I don't really go back to it so much, but it's still a great track. Kanye's flow is insane. I love the way they play off each other in the verses. I think it's a cool track, dude. Next track is Workout Plan, which is the skit, and then after that is the new Workout Plan, which is the actual song.
Hey, you know, I finally got my shit together. We're watching that workout plan.
The skits on this are legendary.
Since I caught this new workout plan, my shit is right rolling it. I'll give it to you for $3.99. $3.99.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and get them sit-ups right. Party tonight and oh, she's so excited. I can't talk it out, but ain't nothing to talk about unless she talking.
The scratching.
Get it wet. Oh girl, your breath is harsh. Cover your mouth, maybe one day, girl, with the bone. So you go back to all your lies. You just gotta pop this tape. Boy, you
Say since listening to Kanye's workout plan, I've been
deserve it, that man, you deserve it.
I forget the name of that instrument that creates that effect on someone's vocals. Is it a vocoder? What is it? What's that instrument that tool called? I forget the name of it right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. I had to get to that end of that sample, you know, for J. Cole's Workout. I love listening to that, dude. That ending, like the breakdown towards the end is so fun to listen to, man. This track is insanely fun. It's really funny. It's just a good time listening to this, man. It's a great track. Next is Slow Jams. I love this song too, dude.
Back to back, but ain't nobody, you know, really try to find out what she feeling. Little Anita, but definitely set this party off right. Drop over in your new whip, bring some friends you cool with. Grab it, calling me Biggie like Shine On, man.
Skin friend look like Michael Jackson. The saxophone, woo, so smooth. Jamie Foxx kills it too. Twister, dude.
Hit the stoplight, give it to some eyes. It's real still moving, so I pop a little spinners like a smoke a fire. Let me get your sheet sweat, listening to keep sweat.
Yeah.
When the days were made, so for no to be controlling me, I'm never know why you be holding me on opposition.
Twister, bro. Yo, this is that track, dude. Twister went off. Jamie Foxx killed it. Kanye killed it. The production is so smooth. I love this song, dude. It's insane. This track is amazing. It is amazing. Next track is Breathe In, Breathe Out with Ludacris. You gotta love this one too. Put your sleeves out. That sample with the horns. Flex on him, Kanye. The bounce is crazy. I love that it's been so long since I've listened to this album. I forget a bunch of the punchlines, dude. Kanye is one of the funniest people. Some of his lines are just so ridiculous.
Niggas with no cash in a 4-6, bitch, you can go ass. Weapon pulling up in the Lexuses, one on both.
This track, dude, something about it is just, the bounce is so crazy. The swagger to this beat is insane. Ludacris on the hook is, he also has that swagger in his voice and his delivery and his performance, and it's just, it's so aggressive, but at the same time, it's so almost like funny the way that he says it, the way that he performs his lines in this song, you know? And Kanye's verses are great, and this beat is so simple, but those horns are everything on that sample, dude. The bounce is insane. So now we've got School Spirit, Skit 1, and then School Spirit, and School Spirit, Skit 2. So, let's get it.
And your mother's saying, go to college, so you finish college, and it's wonderful.
I love that this album is all about making something of yourself and knowing that you don't necessarily need to have a college degree to do that if you do things the right way, if you believe in yourself. Because personally, I agree with that. You know, I agree with that sentiment. I agree that college nowadays is just ridiculously expensive, and it really is just a system that's designed to keep you indebted until you're, I mean, basically dead, you know, honestly. Some people don't even get to pay off their college debts, so its main focus is not to necessarily educate the students in the schools. That being said, going to college and getting, you know, a white-collar job, becoming a doctor, becoming a lawyer or a judge or, you know, something like that, of course, it's something to be proud of, and it's an achievement and it's an accomplishment, and you should definitely be proud of that. It's just that I love that this album is showing us that that's not the only way to be successful. You don't have to necessarily do that if that's not what you're passionate about. I love that whole sentiment behind this.
All your money on crack cocaine, but it'll be your money. No more borrowing for several interviews. Oh my God, you'll come in at an entry-level position. She's actually the boss's niece, so now you're part of the family. You know how many classes I took? Extra classes? No, I've never had sex, but you know what?
Alpha step, omega step, kappa step. I'ma put this down. Now that I was finished chasing y'all dreams and what you got planned. Think I gotta wait a year.
I love those background vocals. It's so soulful.
It's been over, I'm here for a reason. Alpha step.
I love the sampling. It's a masterclass in sampling.
That you're gonna read and not remember, and you roll, man. You get that associate my degrees, and you look at my life. Yeah, I'm 52. You know what's gonna keep me warm? That's right, those degrees.
And next is Lil Jimmy Skit, so we're just gonna keep it rolling with this.
My dad died, and he left me his degrees. I was actually in school all while my dad was in school. People have newspaper, and look what I have.
Okay, so I love, like I said earlier, I love the whole sentiment behind these skits. I mean, he does it in a very Kanye-esque way, you know, he's super sarcastic about the whole thing. The skits are brilliantly written, they're hilarious to me personally. But basically the overall theme and message here is you don't need the degrees to be successful. You can be successful if you have degrees, and they definitely help, but you don't need them. And so it ties the album together so well, you know, it's the college dropout. And this is what really this album is all about. So I love this segment to this project. Next track is 2 Words. This is so epic, dude.
Everybody move. 2 words, most death, K West, hot shit, play. Every traffic 1 lane. Everybody move. 2 words. Baby, screaming. Jesus, save me. 'Cause on Judgment Day, you gon' blame me.
This is so well produced, man. The strings, the bass, the drums, the guitar, the choir. It's all arranged so epically. The deliveries on the verses are so great. It's such an awesome track, dude. Through the Wire, this one is insane, bro. I love this song so much, bro.
Body order pancakes, I just sip the scissor. That right there, my mom give her light support. Telling her send it to you. She was with me before the deal. She been trying to be mine. Be a millionaire high, use 2 lifelines. And it's I really apologize for this one right now. If it's unclear. But what you thought they come in Mr. Glass? Look back on my life like
that sample is incredible. The guitars sound so happy and bright, and it's almost like it's hopeful, you know, and he's happy to be alive. That's what that guitar sounds like to me. The bass line is so groovy. The drums are great. The percussion's awesome. It's so cool to hear him rap literally through a wire. That's so legendary to me. That's so awesome. And that track is just insane because of that. Next track is Family Business.
A family that can't be with us. And this is for my cousin locked down on the end. This can't be right. Yo, you heard the track I did, man. This can't be like.
Oh my God, goosebumps, man.
This is bad. Don't make it, and they gon' hate it, and I'm his favorite. I can't, don't open the photo book up. I got a Aunt Ruth that came up like you ain't took a bath with your cousin. Fit 3 in the bed. If it's 60, y'all, I'm talking.
It's such a beautiful song to end this off, really, because the last track is Last Call, but it's really, that's more of like a story, you know, it's a really long story about how he made it, and this track is really like the last song on the album, you know, and it's such a perfect song to do that. That piano is just, it reminds you of home, it reminds you of good memories, it reminds you of warmth and comfort and family and everything good. The sampling is so great, the choirs are so soulful. The stories that he tells that are so relatable to me, you know, with all the family and growing up in a house full of cousins and you know, just all of that is such an awesome track, dude. It makes me feel so nice when I listen to it. The last track is Last Call.
Yo, fuck you, Kanye, first and foremost, for making me do this shit.
They ask me, I tell them. All around the world, digital underground pop. The root off the red, Dropout to dropping and flop.
Yeah.
Maybe he stopped saving all the time that was on the Dynasty album. I can say that was the, you know, to baseline. It was Bean's birthday, matter of fact, and I played like, you know. So Dame took me to always like, yo, man.
I love it, man. You know, it's like the story of how he made it and the story of him finally reaching success and putting out his first album and having it be so successful. Just him thanking and showing gratitude to everybody that helped him get so far. The production's great, the soul is there, and it's really just a nice track to close this out, you know. Let's talk about this album, guys. Let's talk about College Dropout by Kanye West. Now, I had not heard this album in a very long time, not all the way through, and it's insane how in 2019 you can put this on from start to finish and still have it hold up to this very day, and still laugh at his punchlines, and still laugh at the skits, and still relate to a lot of the things he says, and still go whenever he says something really real that's still relevant to this day. It's such an amazing project that stood the test of time and will stand the test of time. This is a classic album. It is a tremendous first album, honestly. Listening to what he said on these songs and listening to how he was able to tie all the tracks into each other and how he wrote all the skits. He's such an incredible creative mind. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, one of my favorite producers of all time. I mean, this project is outstanding. It is amazing. A++ grade for this project. You know, I will listen to this for the rest of my life, honestly. I will go back and listen to this project till the day I die. My kids are going to listen to this project. My grandkids are going to listen to this project. Hell, it's such an awesome album, you know? And the sampling and the beats and the vibes that he creates, I mean, it's all just so good. I've never met anybody who had anything negative to say about the College Dropout. It's crazy how impactful this was and how much this changed the landscape at the time that it dropped, you know? Not enough good things to say about this project, man. So influential in my life and in how I make my music and in how I sample, and, you know, just Kanye West is insanely influential to this day. I had a blast recording this video, listening to this with you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know how you feel about this album in the comments section. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in the rest of this week. We're going to be going through Late Registration, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreak, and then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Eventually we'll get to videos on the life of Pablo. I have a reaction on Yeezus, if you guys haven't seen that already. I have a reaction to Ye. We will do his entire discography, but just follow me on my social media, support this channel on Patreon, help me to keep doing these videos full time for you guys, help me to put food on my table, help me to get married, help me to keep living, and support your content creators, I guess. I don't know, you know? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll be back in another video very soon. Till then, peace out.